Hello, loves, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. Today is Saturday. This is the official first weekend of being in the house quarantined due to the coronavirus. So everybody's asking me to do a video regarding the issue. So I wanted to touch on the subject to see what Spirit has to say. Okay. So before I started this video, I did get in touch with some different ancestors and energies. There were some celestial beings that came through. I got downloads and I was introduced to some new energies. So I was in communication with the ancient netters. And these are Egyptian energies that decided to come through to talk to me about they provided me with some different revelations regarding initiated information, sacred knowledge that is passed down to them, that is passed down to individuals in an esoteric manners. They typically speak to initiates, and in the ancient Egyptian culture, different individuals were able to be receptive of and to receive ancient knowledge. Okay, if you had the title of priest, pharaoh, and different things like that. All right, so in relation to ancient Egypt and different plagues and different things that happened, different tribal things that manifested negatively that affected the culture. They did show me some things, but they explained to me that because I am an initiated Ifa priestess and I'm initiated in the African tradition system, that I do have access to this knowledge, and only so much of this knowledge can be exchanged with uninitiates. However, there is some insight that they did give me regarding the actual energy around this issue. So I will start off by saying that I'm going to use Oracle and Tarot cards as well to get some insight, clarification, to get some inspirational messages as well. So another energy outside of the energy of the netters that came to me, and I took some notes as I was listening. Another energy that came through to me, and this energy is a Sanskrit Hindu god, and the name is Manu, Manu, and that was a channeled message that I got. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of Manu before, but when we looked Manu up, this was the picture. I printed this off. And this energy is interestingly very similar to the energy of Yemoya in the African tradition system of Ifa. And I really, really, really was drawn to this energy and all of the different sacred hand poses and the actual tantric energy that this being possesses. So to me, what stood out was water. Okay, keeping yourself hydrated. And when I looked up the history of this particular Hindu god, it talked about kind of similar to how God created Adam. So atom stood out to me, ATOM. The molecular shift of your atoms came to me. Okay. And again, food and water. Okay. So food and water is going to be very important during this time. What you consume, because a lot of people are very stressed out. A lot of people are anxious and upset. So I have a lot of oracle cards, and the first one I pulled showed this card with food on it. And you can kind of, I'm not going to say disregard the words on here, but it does say on here what is good for us. Okay. So if I looked at it, and this is representing the sixth house. If you look at the astrological houses, okay. And then also it says, get what you need. So again, it's saying to be prepared. Get what you need. To be prepared to stay indoors. And this is in the second house. And I'm also being drawn to the money, the coins that are right here. Get money out of the bank, so that you are financially prepared. Your resources, it says here, your beliefs and what you value. So different things are going to be called into question. Faith came to me when I first started, because there's going to be, and I have other cards I'm using here, there's going to be a lot of gossip. There's going to be a lot of people pulling in different directions. You're going to hear one day, oh, this is a hoax, and then you're going to hear this is real. You're not going to know what to believe regarding this particular situation. And a lot of people, with us being quarantined into that house back there, stands out to me. With a lot of us being homebound, see how she's holding this paintbrush. A lot of people are going to start looking at creative endeavors to occupy their minds and to get over the blocks I'm hearing and the obstacles. Okay. Willpower. There's going to be a test of willpower, because you're going to have to learn how to ration items, like water, toilet paper, and different essentials. You're going to have to learn how to do it your own way, is what it's saying here, which means that you're going to have to learn how to not be so attracted to and addicted to the systematic ways things are done. Some people are going to have to go back to doing things like outhouse use and different things connecting with nature. Okay. And this energy is in Aries, which is very fiery, very strong. Aries is also an emperor in the tarot deck, and an emperor can come up as a father figure or a boss. So they're saying you're going to have to take charge. You're going to have to exercise leadership capacity. You're going to have to be almost like an entrepreneur doing things your way. This one right here says making the right connections. So some people are going to have to be in charge of certain things. If there is a setback, you're going to have to learn. See how this telephone stands out to me. It's an old phone. Some of us are addicted to our cell phones. Most of us, I know I am, addicted to our cell phones. See how that's also communicating with this old school pen, which is a feather. So some people are going to have to exercise new methods of communicating with each other. Some people have been talking about like internal communication, walkie-talkies. I've heard some people talking about, and different things like that to communicate. And also setting up and creating a system and emergency preparedness comes to my mind too. So Mars energy, and see how dark this is around here, but then there's a glow and then it gets dark again. Force yourself to confront. Okay, so there are certain things that as Americans we were not prepared for, something like this, and this face kind of has like an Asian kind of look to it. So it started in an Asian country that everything kind of hit the fan, and then it came over to the United States. It's going to force us to confront the fact that we were not ready necessarily for an outbreak, for something widespread, okay, a nationwide attack, which could have easily been a biological attack, but it just so happened to be a virus, okay. All right, and it says here, do it in a big way, and then it has air, hot air balloons, okay. So to me, that is kind of showing that a lot of people's travel was effective. The way that we travel, like I know a lot of people had plans to travel. I had two flights booked. So, this has affected air travel. And it has affected the way things are done from a legalities perspective. We're going through an election period right now, but things are done in a way to where you have to, certain countries you can't get into. Things are on lockdown. So there are certain temporary laws that have been enforced and put into place. So spirit is definitely picking up on the energy of what's going on in our planet, on our planet right now. So let's see what else I want to share from the download that I got from the netters and from my new. So I did hear, spirit tell me that we fight not against flesh and blood. This is a time of reflection. There's a lot of fear around us. So this is a time to energize yourself and keep your immune system going. This is an essential oil that I really rant and rave about to all of my clients when I do energetic work, or even when I'm doing divination work, and I sense that they have some issues with sinuses, or any kind of issues with lungs, bronchitis, and different things like that. It is made by a company called Wool, Woolzies. And this oil is peppermint, eucalyptus, frankincense, tea tree, lemon, laurel leaf, thyme, cardamom, cypress, and myrtle. And the oil is a breathe blend. This is great for your lungs and it's great for sinuses. I rub some sometimes right here on the exterior of my ears. I rub it on the tip of my nose, underneath my nose, and I rub it along my throat, so that it can get into my lymph nodes and all of the different drainage systems in my neck. And if you are experiencing breathing problems, you can rub it on your chest like vapor rub as well. All right. And if you have allergies to any of those, disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse, and I am not licensed to give out any kind of informational use for any herbs, especially if you're taking medications. It could interact with them. But this is what works for me and a lot of people that I know personally. Okay. And again, I have to keep my space clean. I love my J.R. Watkins because I love lemon. I just feel like any lemon cleans your space. Okay. So the netters shared a lot more information with me, but they only wanted me to reveal so much to you all. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely be obedient. So another thing that I see that you can use, we have these all over the house, especially near our Wi-Fi and different other energetic portals like our microwaves and things like that, which we don't really use. But this is an orgone or organite crystal, and it has the tree of life on the front of this one, some sacred geometric patterns on the back, copper, resins, crystals, and herbs inside of here. Well, I don't know about herbs, but I know there's like some copper shavings. So I have one that is a lot bigger that I've had for probably 15 years or so. That I got when I lived in Atlanta years ago. And it is amazing. It's shaped like a pyramid. Okay. Speaking of which, I got this from TJ Maxx, I think. It was $8.99. So I do recommend getting things in your home that are going to increase the vibration, putting them near, like this goes near my computer. But putting them near your microwaves, your computers, especially your Wi-Fi routers, and anything that emits a lot of radiation and frequencies coming in. And a lot of people that I've been doing readings for lately, when I look in the areas of health and what's affecting their energetic field in their body, I'm getting visuals of, and my tarot cards back me up. I'm getting information that their energetic fields they have tears and breaks in their energetic fields from use of different electronics and different items. One of my clients, when I talked to her son yesterday, she was like, I know exactly where this extra radiation exposure is coming from for him. We have an air fryer that he uses all the time and microwave oven. So I would suggest that you limit your use to those things around this time during this quarantine. Use more natural sources of heat and, to warm up your foods, or eat more foods that are raw and don't require you to actually cook them. Crystals that you can wear on you. I always wear black tourmaline and something else. I use this a lot to put in different meridians on my hands to increase my vibration, especially when I'm doing healing sessions on clients long distance. This just raises my frequency. But I wanted to also channel using some cards that my sister bought me. And these are crystal energy cards. So for the masses, I'm going to ask Spirit. Ooh. All right, so I'm getting some, let's see, Nirvana quartz. I'm getting some energy from that, okay? And then this one, apatite or apatite or apati, however you pronounce it. And I'm getting a Native American vibe from this stone, and a Brazil vibe. And then I looked on the bottom and we have bloodstone, which makes sense because it's going to help remove pure impurities from your body. I also got one called the Golden Healer. Now, I've never seen that before, but that is simply beautiful and amazing. And I can definitely feel that that would help with the energetic imbalances. And then I have turquoise. Just going to pull a couple more because just in case you can't get your hands on some of these, you can at least get others. And then I'll stop here. Carnelian. Okay. And that was the number 7. So that definitely made me feel like all 7 chakras need to be balanced and working together to keep your body alkaline. And speaking of that, water, if you're not able to get your hand on any fancy water, you can use crystals to alkaline your water. All right, so a lot of people are going to be impatient, going to get cabin fever, are going to want to leave the house and do things, but I do feel like getting natural sunlight is going to be imperative. Opening up your curtains, not necessarily saying to open your windows. And sorry, guys, we live near a hospital, so it's always energetic and loud, okay? Joy, doing things to keep yourself happy is going to be imperative during this time. Dancing, yoga, fresh flowers. If you have a garden outside and you want to bring some in, just to bring. Okay, so yeah, it's getting loud. So give me 1 second. Okay, because my dog gets so discombobulated with all that noise. Okay, joy. I changed my spring colors in my home so that I could implement some yellows in here to just lift my vibration and the vibration of guests and family members. But okay, so he's getting started. So give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I think he's done. Usually he has this thing where he carries on. But all right, wisdom. So I do feel like this is the time to read, Google, research things. Expansion. Yeah, expand your knowledge on things, especially within your body. Do some healing. Listen to Reiki music. Listen to binaural beats. Listen to anything that is going to provide healing energy to the matrix of your body and to correct the codes that are broken, is what I'm hearing. And that light energy that's going into that person's body too is reminding me of a crystal, and connecting with higher energetic beings from different areas of the planet. I'm seeing here bittersweet. So, I mean, that makes sense because a lot of people's emotions are going to be up and down. A lot of people have been praying probably for ages to be able to be at home and not have to go to work. I've been quarantined naturally for years because I've worked from home. I've been an entrepreneur, and even my 9 to 5 was working from home. So, it's just going to be a whole nother world for some people. Some people are going to be mentally overreacted, or have mental overactive minds. They're going to get cabin fever, overthinking, depression, because our senses and our respiration um, areas are going to be in overdrive because it's going to be hard to relax. So what I'm going to say is just breathe, breathe it out. This breathe oil is going to be imperative as well. If you're able to get your hands on that. And they do sell this at Bed Bath & Beyond. The great thing about it is it comes with a lot of other oils blends. One for immunity that I can remember. And then there are a couple of more for different purposes, okay? All right, so let's see. And then also, when it comes to this, when it comes to the corona um, situation, make sure that you keep probiotics. And I won't say dairy, but I'll say simply probiotics. Keep natural things to help with your digestive system to flush out toxins from your body. Again, digestion and food areas, because it's going to give some people flu-like symptoms. I had the flu maybe 2 or 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I had the flu and it went away in like 3 hours. Okay. Pretty much, I went to the doctor and got the diagnosis and everything. Pretty much what I did was a lot of vitamin C emergency. I did get the prescription for Tamiflu and something else, but I didn't even have to do all that. Flushing my body out because I knew I was sick because I was using the restroom back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Everything. If I took one sip of water, I would literally pee like 10 times. My body was trying to flush something out. So I got my oil that goes with this same company, and it's called Immunity. It has a yellow label on the front of it, and I put that oil all over my body. Well, I took my temperature. My temperature was like 100 degrees, and when I put the immunity oil and drank water and vitamin C, I got my temperature down to 99. When I went to the doctor's office or the overnight emergency care, she did say, well, you don't have the flu yet, but your body's trying to fight it off, and it's doing a good job because you don't have a fever, but everything right here was kind of swollen, and I felt pain in my thighs. So I knew that it was trying to attack my body, but I was fighting it off. So I will say that when I came home that night and I started doing all of these things that I'm telling you guys about, that it did, the next day I was back to normal. But I just took some time to relax just because the doctor had given me, those instructions, because I mix holistic and Western medicine together. So I do a little bit of Eastern, holistic, Vedic, Mediterranean things. And I also use modern science because it works and it is, effective. So I asked Spirit what was really important during this time. So I got this card that said Air Magic. Breathing in quality air. And again, this man is burning an incense right here. Aligning yourself with spirit. Putting your petitions out there to remain healthier and to attract peace. Vibrating higher, not vibrating from fear. Water is going to be detrimental. Flushing toxins out, because I'm seeing toxins in the atmosphere as well. And that's what they were saying, like it's an airborne kind of thing as far as other people coughing. So the atmosphere around you must be clean at all times. Of course, people are using, chemical items to kill germs, but you can also make things using tea tree oil, clove oil, lemon oil. You can use plant-based ingredients as well. And again, keeping an open mind, being, being well studied, reading, creating things, reorganizing your home, energetic, bringing in more balance, more chi, positive energy, by, getting rid of things, going through things, organizing during this time that is detrimental. So I also asked Spirit about some time frames and what was going on. So I have these little wooden blocks here that I like to use. So whenever I'm doing readings for my clients, and they're usually on point, they line up with their, I may say, well, what does this month mean to you? And they'll say, that's when such and such is getting married. That's when my birthday. That's when I have a trip. That's when I was looking to buy a home. That's when I'm moving, relocating, or whatever. So I really like these. They're very highly energetic, and they tell me what's going on. So the month of March came up first, and then October and July. But I just put them in order so that they can be, chronological. So with March coming up first, and March being the month that this actually came out, that made sense to me. July, I'm expecting things to be settled by then. And then October, I'm seeing a change that happens again there. And then it also says here, change and progress. So I know in Dean Koontz's book and other people who predicted what was going on, they talked about it slowing down and then picking back up again before it finally was gone and done. So those are the 3 months that Spirit showed me using these blocks. And then I saw time, and I have the number 41. Magic, the number 3. Past life, 14. Karmic path, 8. Knowledge, 34. New moon, 45. And death, 36. So this video is getting a little bit longer, so I'm going to do a part 2 on it. But for part 1, I do have the oracle card, so I'll get some clarifiers in the part 2. Okay. Planetarily, what's going on? So I have this card here that's talking about the sun. So something is being impacted with the sun, and it's affecting the way that we're able to benefit from the rays of the sun. Which makes sense because there's a planetary shift energetically and climatically, because we live in the DMV area, and I was told leaving Georgia coming up here how harsh the winters were. This has been a more pleasant winter than even in Georgia, which is ironic because we started getting snow storms in Atlanta. So there's a planetary shift. The sun is not radiating on a certain frequency. And even here, I'm seeing cosmic rays. So something planetary is shifting. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And then hearing stands out to me here, which is saying that we are going to be, again, hearing a lot of different things. We're not going to know what to believe. We're going to have to go within, and we're going to have to decode things. And there are plenty of people out here that decode videos. And anyone that is in a space of darkness is going to need to use the crystals, the essential oils, and meditation to vibrate higher, to get out of that frequency, okay? And then we have Virgo energy, which is very analytical, and cleaning. It says clean, analytical, domestic, prudent, and method. How do you say this word? Methodical. I don't know why sometimes I get so tongue twisted. So pretty much being very strict on how you handle, your home, things within your home. This is ruled by Mercury. And it is also talking about our space. So cleaning our home, keeping our space clean, allowing as much natural sunlight to come in as possible, and being very stern in how we handle things, how we dispose of trash and any other particles, okay? Again, purity, keeping the house clean. Faith, keeping ourselves vibrating higher. Okay. So I'm going to again clarify some of these cards. Not right now, but in part 2. In that video, I'll clarify. I'm going to pull some tarot just because I like to always do that. Show me 3 cards regarding the possible. Show me 3 cards regarding some possible things that we'll see happening as an impact, as being impacted. All right, so right away, what I'm picking up on, again, I feel like more people are going to be creative, more creative ways of communicating with one another, creative ways of doing things. This is going to, like, some people are not going to sit back and accept this. People are going to be doing things. People are going to be proactive. Okay. I do feel nurturing energy within other people, learning how to, because I did get earlier, isolation came to me. But in that, people communicating with one another on a different level than they ever have, being more transparent, dealing more with some past issues. Okay. And I'm starting to get a little bit drained because I got so many downloads before I did this video. So I asked for some motivational information. Water your garden. And when it says water your garden, I feel like it's talking about your body, your temple, watering yourself, keeping yourself hydrated, keeping your nutrients where they need to be. Again, vitamin C, vitamin D. These are also the crystals around you, the nature around you, the sun that is looks like it's a little bit blocked. It's a little bit of sun peeking in, but getting as much natural sunlight as possible. Opening your curtains during the daytime, letting light in. House plants also kind of came to my mind at that moment. Wow, it said tenderness, rest, body care, and nourishment there. Okay. And then it says here, your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So again, a lot of people are going to create and go within and, you know, figure out who they really are, because a lot of us live such a fast-paced life, we don't know who we are anymore. Okay, these are the ancestors and the ethereal beings that I was talking about earlier when I said star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. A lot of ancient knowledge has been lost due to a lot of elders no longer being around. A lot of them have dementia because this knowledge is sacred and is only meant for certain people for certain lengths of time to do certain things with it, and then it is literally deleted from your memory. Okay, I've had dreams where if I don't wake up and write them down immediately, they are gone forever. All right. So it's going to require you to get in touch with these beings to see what they can do to protect you and what inside information they can give you. Especially if this is in your lineage, you can definitely tap in because a lot of us are reincarnated in our past lives that we obtained this knowledge. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. A lot of people are being activated spiritually. And it's interesting because I did come to that conclusion on my own last night. Just even with my clients now, I'm seeing more and more activations, especially in younger clients. So yeah, so ancestors, a lot of us need to get in touch with our ancestors. We need to set up altars and have pictures of our ancestors on there. They love things like coffee, liquor, cigar, if that was something that they were big on. And a lot of us need to simply go and visit their grave sites because a lot of people have put that off and haven't been doing that. Okay. We the Hathors. What's interesting to me is it says here, deep love, mother's milk, and birth is a portal. So we are going through an energetic shift in a portal as a society as a whole. Okay. So how does this relate to coronavirus? What I'm saying is that there is a certain energetic frequency that everything has, whether it is a virus, bacteria, a human being, food, plants. Everything has a frequency. Clothes, because think about it, it's made out of cotton or wool or some silk. It's made out of some material. Everything has a vibration. Okay. So you need to increase yours because you want to vibrate higher, because the lower the frequency vibration is, it pulls you down. Okay. And you are more susceptible to unseen things. That makes you lifeless. It makes you spiritually blind. And it makes you ignorant to what is really going on in the world. So what that is saying to me is to vibrate higher, to raise your vibration. So another card that stands out to me, and I'll wrap it up here and do my part 2 later today or tomorrow, after I do more meditating on it. But it says here, a new earth. Okay, a new earth. It is happening. Keep holding the vision. So there is an energetic shift that we're going through right now. So this is a time of activation, not fear of the unknown, but embracing the change, because this is all, like my card said earlier, we're on a karmic path, which means that this is something that was destined to happen. What did it say also? Past life. So this has happened before. Our ancestors have gone through this. We are the ancestors returned also that have gone through this. So give it time, because again, we do have a little bit of time. There's a huge gap between March, July, and October. So those are going to be some huge planetary shifts taking places during that time. If you guys would like personal readings, please be sure to contact me directly. Make sure I touched on everything that I got downloaded that I was supposed to share. Okay, other crystals, lapis lazuli and copper. Copper isn't a crystal, of course, it's a metal, but that came up. Okay, so yeah, that was everything that I wrote down that I can share with you all. Godspeed, and I hope that you guys are interested in this type of knowledge. And if so, please be on the lookout for part 2, because I will be doing that either tonight or tomorrow. I have several readings tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to do it tonight. If not, then it'll have to be pushed back off until Monday. And I kind of want them to be back to back as I get more insight. All right, loves. Oh, and I forgot to mention that also, that I was getting all of the downloads about wearing the crystals and the protection, because I feel like things in the atmosphere are being are shifting energetically. So these things help you transition through those shifts. Okay, just to give you a little background on that. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and namaste.